Hey guys, what's going on? Third Street Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
Zach.
We're back with the Clone Wars. We're watching chronological order. We're on season 6, episode 10.
Turns out Mother Talzin was there, and she wanted these fucking Ooga Booga mask wearing people to bring her the little spirit orb of life force or force life or you know, water, life water.
Well, the idea, and there was a lot of Indiana Jones iconography, and you know, when they were producing, they didn't know that, hey, this stuff is not going to get made. And when it got made, because like they made a deal with Netflix. So they probably were like, well, let's do something fun and goofy. You know, they weren't thinking about wrapping the series up at that point. When you look at it through that lens, like that's kind of a fun thing. Like Jar Jar and Mace, that is something that's pretty different.
We lamented how they characterized Mace.
Mace in that first episode,
The first episode, second episode, not so much. He kind of got on better terms with the Queen.
You can put my characters through any type of storyline, and I can probably enjoy it, but I don't want them
represented correctly.
I want them to be represented correctly. Yeah. But no, overall, I like the arc. I thought it was. You know, and the idea that Talzin's still out there. We got to see the sword of Talzin. Got to have them running off on the sunset because that's literally what it said in the script.
Yeah.
Right off like at the end of Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones 3.
But guys, before we jump in, if you want to support us, first of all, I haven't seen these batch of episodes. Like, I know a couple things about them, but I haven't seen them except the end of this season. And this is like the fourth to last. And then it's the final season. And then we're going to be on to other things, probably Rebels. But yeah, we'll let you know. But before we jump in, thank you. We appreciate you. Leave a comment down below. Check us out on Patreon. Let's go.
Alright. That is lazy.
Yeah.
I think I found something. It's very faint, sir.
That is it.
Commander Wolf, right?
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah, it's like, it's pretty fucking, it's like a hard ass.
Yeah. This style of hat, of their helmets, kind of look a little Empire-ish.
Whenever it crashed, it wasn't recently.
Ralph McCory-ish.
Yeah. That's what I go with.
That's cool with his damn cloak.
And a poncho.
I was thinking the Rock and Scorpion King.
I want the entire area cleared. We're taking everything back to Coruscant.
Everything?
Everything.
Particle effects.
Then it is the lost ship of Master Sifo-Dyas.
I found this at the crash site.
The lightsaber of Sifo-Dyas, it is.
Was Jedi Master Sifo-Dyas who ordered the production of a clone army.
Without the consent of the Council.
He said he foresaw great conflict, and that the Republic would need to raise an army at the time the Council rejected those ideas.
Well, it's not the first time we've been wrong recently, is it?
I wonder if he was talking about Ahsoka.
How this was done.
Our records definitively state that Master Sifo-Dyas died on Felucia. Master Sifo-Dyas was assigned to negotiate peace talks between the tribes. The negotiations failed, and Sifo-Dyas was killed.
What became of his body?
Any further information on this incident has been sealed
On whose authority?
by the office of the Supreme Chancellor.
Thank you, Madam Jocasta.
Oh, the Jedi pissed me off.
Felucia, Skywalker, and Kenobi will go. That trail
Oh, library, goddammit.
Yeah.
still lay hidden there.
And what of the sealed file?
Speak with the Chancellor personally. I will. To see what part in this the politics of the Senate have played.
Master Sifo-Dyas. Forgive me, I'm afraid I am not familiar with that name.
Investigating his death we are. And yet, sealed by the Chancellor's office, some of his files were.
And what is the nature of your investigation?
A Jedi matter it is, Chancellor.
May I at least ask when Master...
Sifo-Dyas.
yes, Master Sifo-Dyas. May I ask when he was killed?
Over 10 years ago, it was.
I'm afraid this was before my time. 10 years ago, I was a humble senator. Only my predecessor, Chancellor Valorum, would have the answers you seek.
Very well. Thank you, Chancellor.
Did you have any success with the Chancellor?
As much success as usual, I am afraid. Pointed in another direction, I am now. To speak with Valorum, I go.
That's what I'm saying. If there was a window, we definitely would have saw his face.
It's been a long time, my friend. What can I do for you?
A file sealed by your administration.
Still get Secret Service.
A vote of no confidence.
Sifo-Dyas. When I was Chancellor, I sent him on a mission to deal with a flare-up in the Pike Syndicate. Knowing of his expertise on the underworld, I contacted Master Sifo-Dyas to stabilize the problem.
Know of this. The Jedi Council did not.
Secrecy was our only choice.
The timing of these negotiations. When were they to take place?
I do remember that the talks were postponed not long after our delegates arrived on Obadiah. Something about a flare-up of activity on Felucia.
Yes, intervene on Felucia. The Council insisted Sifo-Dyas did. Who was the other Jedi you sent with Sifo-Dyas?
I know of no other Jedi. There was only my personal aide, Silman, and Sifo-Dyas. I'm afraid they were both killed on Felucia.
Personal aide? Silman?
Why do the Jedi look for Sifo-Dyas? What trail are they following?
It is unknown to me.
Retrace your steps. Find this loose end and eliminate it.
I will go to the Pikes and take care of it.
This is not the first time you have proven to be clumsy. Lord Tyrannus, you know the price of failure.
He's old, too.
Yeah.
What's that symbol he's wearing?
The symbol of the High Chancellor before the war. Chancellor Valorum.
And now this Silman, personal attaché to the Chancellor, is missing?
Now we know Sifo-Dyas and Silman were both on Obadiah, according to Chancellor Valorum.
The crashed shuttle I found was located on a moon which orbits the Pike planet.
To the Pikes, you must go. To Obadiah, yes.
They do that on the prequels. Like they have these moments where they kind of look at each other. Anakin looks noticeably less happy.
Yeah. Yoda looks a little different, too.
They're all messed up. Huh.
There's Capio.
Zeb's, Asat's.
I cannot remember the last time a Jedi came here.
Funny you should say that. We're looking for a Jedi that got lost here. His name is Sifo-Dyas.
Master Sifo-Dyas' ship was found. Crashed on a moon orbiting this world.
What you found, we know nothing of. Would the Jedi like to join us for a refreshment?
The Pike's offer is kindly accepted. What an interesting necklace that is. May I have a look?
Perhaps the Pikes have taken enough of the Jedi's time.
Oh, no, it's no bother at all. The Jedi are happy to know all the Pike's secrets.
Maybe you should tell us why you're wearing the crest of the Chancellor's personal advisor.
It looks like you have finally put the pieces together. The man you are looking for is here.
That guy's a great performer. He's a great performer, whoever it is. So I'm curious.
One alliance was with a man named Tyrannus.
I've heard that name before. Jango Fett mentioned it during my Camino investigation.
Tyrannus wanted Sifo-Dyas dead. The Pikes were well paid to shoot down his ship. However, any man that is willing to pay to have a Jedi killed is dangerous and unpredictable. With the dead Jedi, the Pikes found another, still alive.
Silman.
The Pikes gave Tyrannus Sifo-Dyas, but the Pikes did not tell Tyrannus of Silman. The Pikes needed insurance.
Insurance?
We give you Silman. You forget about the Pikes' treachery against the Jedi.
I want to walk into a place like that.
Who's there? We are Jedi, sent to find you.
Jedi. I was betrayed. Forgotten. Long ago.
No one knew you were alive.
Have you any food?
Of course.
Oh, thank you, my friend. You see, I was so frightened I would have nothing to serve.
Serve?
My babies, they get so angry when I have nothing to serve.
We might have a problem here.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Bad timing.
Tyrannus, you are no longer welcome here.
think you've been cooped up in here too long, old man.
You were traveling with Jedi Master Cypher Diaz. Tell us what happened to him.
Cypher Diaz, he died. Died. Tricked we were.
It's like something out of Harry Potter. This reminds me. Like Dobby.
Yeah, he does like those.
We're not the ones, no.
I'm so curious who his voice actor is. If it was Dobby, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I don't.
Someone powerful.
Oh,
Someone who wanted to be Cypher Diaz.
Why?
All is deception, can't you see? Because...
Dooku, for once you actually came to do your own dirty work.
Sometimes things are just that important.
Cool. Music's good. No.
Zach?
That's pretty cool.
This is not good shit, Zach.
Cool.
That might be one of the coolest moments in a lightsaber fight.
Business left with the Pikes Tyrannus.
Tyrannus? You are the man called Tyrannus?
I told you everything you needed to know on Geonosis all those years ago, Kenobi. Cypher Diaz understood. He saw the future. That is why he helped me.
You lie. Minister Long, you're going to help us. I'll give you a push.
Definitely need to take his little personal thing. Ooh.
That was cool.
Loved it.
The music was great.
Fight was, yeah.
That guided the creation of the clones from the beginning. Dooku did. Our enemy created an army for us.
If this was known, public confidence in the war effort, the Jedi and the Republic would vanish. There would be mass chaos.
Cover up this discovery. We must. No one, not even the Chancellor, may know. Valiant men the clones have proven to be. Saved my life and yours. They have many times. Believe in them. We must. Win the war swiftly. We must.
Are you sure we are taking the right path?
The right path. No, the only path. Yes. Designed by the Dark Lord of the Sith, this web is. For now, play his game. We must.
Feel like I've seen that fight, but I have no recollection of this episode.
Remember, it's one of the best fights we've seen thus far. I mean, because it doesn't have any of the. I mean, towards the end, it does when they're shoving the pikes around and everything, but it doesn't have any of those big, huge, exasperating force moments.
Yeah.
They were making big leaps, I guess, towards the end of the fight, but just the fight itself.
The moves were really
It
well
was
done.
A cool fight. There wasn't anything like fucking throwing Senate chairs at them. And
Well, I do like that.
that was a cool fight.
Yeah.
But I just feel like
and metaphorically,
that fight though,
democracy.
had some moments where it's like, yeah, okay, I don't need him getting thrown over his desk.
I don't need
or,
that.
you know.
Well, I mean, I think everyone agrees that was funny, and I don't know if it was intended to be funny. It was, you know what I mean?
I don't see who could make that and then be in the cutting room and not find it funny.
Yeah, I think it I mean, maybe it was supposed to be funny. I don't know. I mean, everyone laughed. I didn't want it to be funny.
It didn't need to be funny. It should not have been funny.
In the book, it's sad.
Yeah, that's the point. Is it should have been conveyed a little better, sort of.
But we had a conversation. We were talking about power levels, and sometimes it looks like Anakin, like he.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, but Dooku always kind of gets the edge, but he looks like he's winded. I said
right there he was.
Yeah, and he was winded literally at this moment, like before when the Pikes walk in. You know, I said like at the end you're gonna know Dooku is still better than both, or better than Anakin.
Yeah, he gets out by the skin of his teeth. Normally, it's always the case that he's trying to get away and not actually beat them. He's evading.
Yeah, he's evading. I mean, it's a 2-on-1, so he's got to play defensive. But like, I felt like.
Well, I meant in terms of like Maul was there to kill them.
Yeah.
He's trying to get away, and every time they see him, except for they would have to assume in Revenge of the Sith in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like every other time he's trying to get away, but that time he would more or less they would have assumed he was trying to kill them.
Yeah, I think he was supposed to.
Yeah.
And like, you know, it was one of those things. It was like a 2-on-1 fight, and Obi-Wan kept kind of getting kicked out of it. He kept being kind of the weaker link.
Yeah.
And I think it was even clear here because it, you know, it's like 6 months from
He was the one taking the hits usually.
Yeah.
I mean, Anakin took some too, but
I mean, Dooku had like a 10 or 15 move set. That was one of his coolest moves via live action or animated. Although Tales of the Jedi, he had a pretty incredible sequences, but they were very short.
I feel like obviously the Revenge of the Sith fight, which we know could have been better because they cut out so much of it, or they changed it. But
both, yeah,
it was still some of his greatest moments.
I thought it was one of his. I mean, because like I take a lot
choreography.
Yeah, because I've been in a couple 2-on-1 choreographed things, and I feel like that is like a great standard. Like the Maul stuff is really good too, but I feel like the flow of the Revenge of the Sith fight in some ways is better than some of Maul's stuff. You know what I mean? What are you thinking about?
Something. The way you said that, it's like
I've been in real fights. I've been in real fights.
No, like 2-on-1 choreographed shit. And I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah. No, I mean the story wise, what do you think of Cypher Diaz and all that stuff?
That was cool. That's kind of cool. I kind of almost wish that you never really saw his face.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool that he was always just this name and this elusive character and an elusive, like a linchpin.
Yeah.
In the story of the Clone Wars, but he's still a mystery. I thought that would be kind of cool as I was watching it, but then they showed him. So whatever.
Well, I'm actually very sure there was Cypher Diaz stuff that was cut out of Attack of the Clones. I'm pretty sure they used stuff based off of the stuff that they cut out.
That makes sense. And it's sensible. I can see why somebody would think there's not that much reason for that kind of level of subterfuge, I guess. Or not subterfuge, but like mystery in the story. But I just feel like it would have been cool with a ghost ship, this derelict vessel.
Yeah.
You see his lightsaber, you don't know what happened to him, and it's kind of kept an air of that mystery instead of just, hey, here's all the answers.
Well, what's great though is
Sprinkle those answers. It's like your chickens, and you're just always getting answers.
In the Jedi, I mean, because Dooku intervened, they still don't have the answers. So it just like
they do have answers now because now they know he's Tyrannus, and they know his ties to the creation of the clone army.
Yes.
So they do have some pretty big answers. They still can't pin who the Dark Lord of the Sith is. He also told Kenobi, hey man, he's controlling the Republic. And Kenobi's like, you're full of shit. And it turns out he was literally telling him the truth.
Yeah. I like when they refer to their conversations in Attack of the Clones.
That was cool.
Yeah.
All those years ago.
Yeah, 3. But like I said, like George was thinking this thing was going to be 5. Like I think they were going to canonly change it. Like it's just going to be 5. We're going to push all the stuff in the books, just cross them out, and like that was literally going to be like a formal thing.
Yeah.
Because obviously that means Vader would have been like 53 instead of 49 or whatever when he died. Everything would change.
Yeah.
But I think I'm fine with it being 5 years. I mean, I'm not criticizing.
Is it 5 or is it 3?
It is 3. But George and Dave, they all felt it was 5. They were working on the presumption it was 5, and they were going to change it to 5. As Dave says, it's whatever you want it to be. It's 5, it's 5, it's 3, it's 3.
That's not how it works when you're storytelling, I'm afraid.
No, yeah, it's just like
the little how you're doing it. It's not what's meant by what you're imprinting images in your head of what you're reading.
Yeah,
it's not the same thing in terms of imagery versus details.
Yeah, I mean it's officially 3, but I think they wanted to make a 5, and there's logistical problems with it with licensing and all the stuff that they printed and sold to people in good faith.
Yeah, I mean George quit changing his fucking mind.
I mean, if we would have got 10 seasons of stuff of this quality, and I would have been fine with it. And, you know what I mean? Yeah. I will say that the stuff with in the Pike opium den, the spice den, that was a nice little scene.
It was.
The voice actor was good. It's funny that these scummy people,
little drug lords.
Yeah, they would do some hit, and they shit, I find you caught us, and we'll give you him. You forget about our treachery. I thought that was.
And we get to see Valorum again. There's a vote of no confidence.
Yeah, not bad for him. Literally, he was set up.
Yeah, he was. He made it look like shit.
What did you think of the cover-up?
At the end of it there, I mean, they're obviously showing Anakin that they're becoming the very things that all these naysayers are.
It was very poignant that they showed Anakin's face. Mm-hmm. I mean, it adds to it for sure. Like Ahsoka.
What's creating a divide?
I think, they wanted to make it so Yoda is the one who said it. Mm-hmm. And I kind of agree.
It's like Mace is like, you sure this is the right idea?
Yeah, shit, man. God damn you.
If Mace was in charge of the information in the council, what if decisions he would have made that could have rocked the boat?
I don't know. I mean, they do have to vote on anything, but I think everyone just at that moment knew Yoda, they trusted Yoda's advice.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So they are supposed to vote on everything. He doesn't get a final say or anything.
Okay.
Because that's how Obi-Wan, that's how he got to train Anakin. because Yoda said no, and they all voted yes.
Really?
Yeah, he basically said, agree with you, the council does, you know?
Oh, that's right.
And then he was like, you taking this boy, I do not. He kept trying to talk Obi-Wan out of it before he revealed, fine. They voted yes.
Like, I'm going to do it anyway. And
yeah. Qui-Gon's defiance, I sense in you. Eat that, you do not. Yeah. I mean, we're wrapping up the original run before we get to, like, the new stuff that's, like, really cool, and it looks much better. You know, it's been a pretty good batch so far, and I think having this little storyline, especially Count Dooku, that fight was just fantastic.
That was cool. It was a nice treat.
You and I we love good dueling. If you take everything else out of it, good looking moves is just a cool thing.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, like, I thought it was cool when he force jumped, and, you know, and he still was just more powerful than Anakin in the Force as well. The actual moves, they were like, okay, it's stylistic, but it translates well enough to live action to where I can feel like that is so cool. Like, you can see it enough that you know it's a cool thing to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, not anything else. Really liked it. Valorum, the fight, just the crazy-ass guy, Cypher Diaz. It was funny, and it was good.
It was Stillman.
Oh, yeah, Stillman.
Stillman was the crazy man.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. Cypher Diaz is dead. Yeah. He looked like he looked kind of Asian, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Had to kill him off, didn't they? We're out of here.